mighty OD.
Dead breeze, we rap this shit. Where they pull them weapons quick and snitches be the death of it. Do you hear them? Here they come. Liquors balling out the slums. Here to tell you where I'm from.
Mighty OD.
I turned down more money to fight you, Tyson Fury. Me and you both know I turned. And then Eddie Hearn responded on his post on Twitter and said, I thought Joshua ducked you, and put the laughing face. Then just a couple days later, he said Joshua did duck me. He don't want to fight me anyway, so I ain't trying to talk about him. He went on an interview and said that Mark Breland, his trainer, spiked his water. Come on, man. The bull's on his way out. He don't care no more about boxing.
I think the bull might have spiked the water, though.
Oh, my.
So he looked as stupid like he did, man.
So why spike his water then? Why he ain't spike his water in none of the fights before that one? The first time he fought Fury. How come he waited till that?
I'm not even saying it as an excuse, though. Like, he looked wild before the fight. Like, I don't know what the freak happened. He looked stupid when he took the mask off, period.
All right, he said.
I already knew he was about to get his ass whipped.
Well, there were just people who said his eyes was messed up because of the LED lights. I take that back. I said in a video, I think I said in the video, he said that. They said his fans made that one up. He didn't make that up.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know. Like, I ain't never understood
his is he had a pre-existing injury in his arm. His legs felt weak because the suit was heavy. And he had something going on in his life before. That's what he said the night of the fight. Then he said, Tyson Fury never hurt me. Tyson Fury ain't never hurt me. Then he came out recently and said, well, I believe you had an egg-shaped weight in your glove. That's why my head got a print. I don't even remember how he said it, but the way he said it was completely wrong. That's not a good point because you already said he didn't hurt you. Tyson Fury didn't. This is what I try to teach you. Tyson Fury didn't have to cheat the boy. The boy can't box. So he got outclassed. The problem is that you...
How do you make people hold on to what they say, but you don't hold on to what you say?
What did I say that I'm not holding on to?
A lot of shit you say you don't hold on to.
About what?
I don't got specifics because this line is against slander right now.
So he make a statement, but he can't give you the specifics of what I'm not holding my word to. Listen, Deontay Wilder got a mean right hand. Facts. He might have the meanest right hand in all of boxing. That's debatable, but it could be a fact. I'm fine with somebody saying that. What we looking at now in the heavyweight division is Joshua gonna fight Pulev, and he gonna murder him because Pulev been running his mouth. He gonna get back to his knockout shit real easy. But to me, that's not no big treat. Pulev ain't shit past his prime, and he's not a big puncher. He's just a decent boxer. He's a good boxer. Above average. Fuck that. Above average, but that's all Pulev is. He's too slow for Joshua. He's not strong enough. Wilder, I don't know what Wilder's going to do. Fury's going to wind up fighting Joshua twice. This is what we was talking about. This is what we want. Pac the best to fight the best.
After the fight happened, and he can do that?
He's not going to fight Wilder. Wilder don't have a contract to fight Tyson Fury. What don't you get?
I hear you.
So he can pay all this lip service. Paco, the contract expired. It had a date on it. Like it says, you must be in court by this date. This contract stated the same thing. That whoever loses the fight will get their rematch by this date. I'm trying to show you how bad it is. How bad what they did is, Pac.
Boxing was trash. Like, it was messed up this year, so that's not fair, though.
Yeah, but Teofimo Lopez just fought Lomachenko.
That's not fair,
Teofimo Lopez just fought Paco. Teofimo Lopez just fought Lomachenko for damn near undisputed. The only belt they don't have in that fight is the belt Devin Haney got because Lomachenko vacated and went up to be and accepted that fake ass fairy tale title.
But people just start boxing nah, man.
It don't matter. They got a date set up for this. They had a date set up for December 11th. The contract expired, and Wilder's team and Deontay Wilder never came to the table and got the fight right. They never came to negotiate the details of where it's going to be, how they going to do it with coronavirus. They never got back to Tyson Fury and them. So this is what I'm telling you. Irregardless of what he say, I'm suing. What's the shit I hear you fighting other people? Irregardless of him saying that stuff, Pac. Irregardless of him saying that stuff. He know, PBC know, that they ain't go over there and negotiate the details of the next fight. And they didn't do it within the time allotted. The time has now expired. And after it expires, he want to get on the fucking internet and start talking shit. I wonder why. Because now you ain't guaranteed fury. For you to fight him like you saying you want, y'all would have to go into contract negotiations. Dumb nigga, you could have just went into contract negotiations when you had a guaranteed contract. Now you do not. Now you want to talk? Now you want to talk. And when you talk, you call me a cheater. You accuse me of foul play. Are you taking legal action?
Maybe you cheated.
Are you taking legal action? Because that's assault. That's a criminal case. If I had something in my gov, there should be a criminal case out against me. Why are you talking about suing me for not fighting you? Because you know in the court of law, they're going to throw it right out. So what you do?
These gloves was looking like proof. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because he got mollywopped. Because he got fucking mashed. And he got mashed because he's slower and smaller and can't box as well. That's why he got mashed. So yeah, this is what I told you. Knocking out a trash can is one thing.
I was waiting for Fury to finish him off with this punk ass couldn't do.
He was going to. He was going to finish him
He
off.
couldn't even do that.
Because the ref ain't let him. Because Mark Breland, the person who really care about Deontay, ain't let him. Let's go back to the video, like he said.
I don't know
Let's
about
go back
that.
to the video. JD's was in the training room when Tyson Fury got his hands wrapped. But he fired the other guy.
He had Wilder dead to rights and couldn't kill the nigga. Right? He couldn't take him
But
out
did
whatsoever.
he get his chance?
That boy soft. He's soft though. Fury soft
Did
though.
he get his chance, or did they
As far
stop
as
the
the
fight?
hands.
Or did this man did his people throw the towel in? Did he get the chance, or did his people throw the towel in? His people threw the towel in because if Deontay is who you say he is, and he was going to stay on his feet like Fury did and just take a whooping, it might have been worse once he got to the hospital. It might have been worse.
I don't think they. I think the throwing the towel wasn't bad, but Fury had a long time
fired
to
him
take him
for
out.
it. Deontay fired him for it, and after he fired him, he came out with this little tidbit about how he think he put something in his water. The man who taught him how to box, the man who been with him since day one.
He might have took a little check.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. If that's the case, if what you're saying is the case, then that means that the people Wilder worked for was in on it.
I think so. It's possible.
So
They
why?
throw a couple bucks at him as his team. Yeah.
But they get a percentage of what Wilder make. And Wilder was making 20-something million. Why would they need to steal and they get a percentage of that? And if he win, they going to make more money because Wilder's next fight is going to make him more money.
A nice size check might cloud the brain for
We
that.
can look at hypotheticals or we can look at what actually happened. And what actually happened was the fight flopped. They needed 1.1 million or 1.2 million to break even, and they sold 800,000 or something, so they didn't even make their money back, let alone profit.
I don't even know why you denied was obvious and something was wrong with him.
I'm not saying something
During the
wasn't
fight.
wrong with him. What I know was wrong with him is Tyson Fury. That's what I'm sure was wrong with him.
Soft hands, yeah.
Soft
hands
hands that had you in the corner, dead the rights.
Yeah, because he was done.
Soft hands that put it
wasn't
dead.
like it wasn't like AJ when he got knocked the fuck out by Bull. It wasn't nothing like that.
You right.
That boy got finished.
You right. It wasn't nothing like that.
He got finished, bro.
You right.
I'm talking about Wilder. He ain't never get
Right. It
finished.
wasn't nothing like that because AJ dropped Andy Ruiz before Andy Ruiz dropped him. Wilder ain't
And
dropped
then,
nobody
and
in
then
that
what
fight.
happened? And then what happened?
Wilder ain't dropped nobody in that fight.
But then what happened?
Wilder ain't dropped nobody in that fight. But what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I'm glad he's saying what he's saying right now because he butt hurt. But I'm glad he's saying it because guess what? AJ went and got his shit back. Guess who won't? What did I tell him the night of it happened?
Michael Jackson got his belt back? No shit.
And Wilder won't. But Wilder won't.
That's just clowning that's just clowning Wilder for no reason.
Nah, that's clowning
That's
Wilder
all-
because
that's
Wilder's
hate.
a clown.
That's called hate.
That's clowning Wilder because Wilder's a clown. Wilder
That's
deserves.
literally called hate,
What
bro.
did Floyd tell you? Everybody praised Floyd Mayweather's name until they say something about your fighter that ain't true. Floyd wasn't telling
Hey,
Wilder
watching,
something.
man. I think they got binoculars.
Floyd Mayweather wasn't trying to tell Deontay Wilder something as his friend. He wasn't even trying to tell him something as a fellow black man or American. He was telling him something as a businessman. Take the money.
Money, man. Why? So nobody is above
Because you gotta
champs.
understand, just like Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor's never made $100 million in a fight until he fought Floyd. So, going back to our previous conversations, if Deontay Wilder at one point, when me and you first started this Joshua Wilder argument, Wilder had made $2.1 million fighting Ortiz. Joshua had just made 20. He offered the man 12 and Wilder said no. That's slave wages. Paco, he never wanted to fight that boy. Because of what I explained to you before. Joshua is the worst case scenario for Wilder. A person who can box and has the power to stop him. That don't mean he will. You're right. Wilder could hit him one time and it could be over. You're right. But it could go the other way. It could go to distance. Can he really take 12 rounds of Joshua pounding on him when he's the better boxer and is going to land more punches? I doubt that. I doubt that.
He only need one.
Agreed. But we don't know how Joshua's going to
All
react.
he got to do is hit Glass Joe one time.
But you keep calling his jaw glass, but you admitted in the other video he got hit in his head.
Glass Joe.
How is his jaw glass and he got hit in the temple, the same place as Wilder?
Glass Joe, bro. I'm telling
Exactly.
you.
That's what he do, y'all.
Wilder,
He's the troll. He just says shit that makes him feel better. That's what trolls do. Trolls say
you
things that
remember
make
when
them
Klitschko,
feel. So when I asked him, listen, y'all, I asked him a legitimate question.
do you remember Klitschko put him on his two back pockets?
I asked him, okay, and then what did he do? He got up, like Fury
Oh,
got
but
up.
what he do though? That's all I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah, but
then what he do?
All right,
Okay.
So let's go like. So
That's all I wanted.
Let's use his philosophy. Harold Scanier scored a knockdown against Deontay Wilder. Anybody who ever heard this, do you know who Harold Scanier is? Because if I look his record up, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe he got more losses than he got wins.
Who Ruiz?
Oh, Andy Ruiz is a person who's only ever lost 2 fights. And both of them were championship fights. He's never lost outside of a championship.
I haven't heard of him until it started to get cracked.
But listen, y'all, he don't watch boxing. He's telling you how big AJ is. AJ is the reason he heard of Ruiz. That's how big Joshua is.
Ruiz.
Ruiz was the champion. Ruiz was the champion for a week, like I told him. And what happened? What I told him was going to happen. Joshua went and whooped that ass. And then guess what people did? People who...
He said, Justin Thriller now.
He went to go get his belts back.
So won't you
Listen,
get up?
Listen, y'all. If you got a problem with somebody, right? If you got a problem with somebody and y'all going to war, are you going to sit here and tell me you a bitch? You a bitch if you use your archers. Is that what you going to tell me? If I'm going to war with somebody and this is over the land, am I a bitch if I use my archers? Do I have to meet you at hand-to-hand combat on the ground?
Joshua Thriller dance was nice though. He did the Joe and Mike got out the grave. He was like,
but listen, I'm gonna show y'all something. It don't matter if you win by a touchdown or a field goal.
and he wants to see Reese.
It don't matter if you win by. Listen,
bro.
I want y'all to understand. Unintelligent people continuously create arguments that are strong man. So what he wanted Joshua to do was fight Ruiz's fight. Think about that for a second.
That's what he did the first time he got rocked up.
So and they say insanity is when you do the same thing twice or more than once and expect different results. So he didn't leave it to the
So
card.
all right, so you want me to leave it at he can't go toe to toe with Ruiz. All right, I can accept
The
that.
point is this, y'all.
I can accept that.
Y'all, the
can accept
stakes was too high not to
I can
fight.
accept that.
I want y'all to understand something. It's just like basketball. I might have a team where I have a great superstar player on my team, a guard, who every night he dropped 25 points, right? But tonight, he got Kawhi Leonard on him.
Man, all he was doing drinking water while Andy was eating cheesesteaks, bro.
Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying.
Stop it.
I got a superstar 2 guard. He scores 20-something points a night. But tonight, Kawhi Leonard is sticking him. And we don't think he's going to fare too well against Kawhi. If he do, he do. If he don't, he don't. But because we know Kawhi's sticking him tonight, we're going to look at the fact that their center is not that good. He's a second-year player who I don't even know his name. Now, we're going to go to our center tonight more often than we usually do because they're weak there. So my metaphor is to say Joshua has the height advantage and he has the reach advantage and he's a better athlete. These are the 3 things that he used to guarantee victory. Ruiz can't move as fast as me, so I'm going to move my feet. In the process of moving,
Recently, ain't too many pork chops.
in the process of moving my feet, I'm gonna tire this fat motherfucker out. He's not as tall as me, so I'm gonna keep him at the end of my jab. I know the only way he's dangerous is if he get inside. I'm gonna make sure, as we worked on in training camp, because this is for all the marbles. This is my rematch clause.
We got the gist of it. You can't go toe to toe with him. I got it.
But you don't have to. Tyson Fury doesn't knock out most of the people he's ever fought. So listen, y'all.
Tyson Fury.
Okay, so now he's saying Tyson Fury. This is what he's misconstrued.
Fury, hell of a boxer. Don't put words in my mouth.
So now he mad. So now he mad.
Don't get it twisted.
So now he mad that Andy Ruiz can't outbox AJ. That's Andy Ruiz's fault, yo. That's not on AJ.
I never seen Joshua switch his style that much. I never seen that. So, good game plan, I guess. I'll give him a good game plan. Thumbs up.
And good execution. Because when you look at the punch stats,
thumbs up.
When you look at the punch stats, he dominated Ruiz.
Let him go belly to belly. It's a wrap.
But that's what I'm saying. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna use one more quick metaphor. If I'm a kickboxer, why am I gonna wrestle with a sumo wrestler? I'm not. I'm not. But I'm not gonna wrestle with him. I'm gonna kickbox him. I'm gonna force him to fight my fight. I'm gonna force him to fight. Only way it happens if that fat motherfucker get his hands on me. That's the only way we gonna be wrestling. I'm gonna move around. You ever see Bruce Lee? You ever see Bruce Lee move around? You ever see Bruce Lee move around? And then you see the Buddhist bull, the Kung Fu bull stay in one place and tighten his body up and get ready for impact? There's a difference in styles. So the style Joshua used the first time was working until he got overconfident and got caught. Cool. Ruiz put him on his pockets, however you want to put it. Fine. So now that put him on his pockets. Oh, Klitschko? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is the same thing you do with the Africans. You focus on the bad. Because he said they backwards. Paco, but he got up and knocked him out. But he got up and dropped him. Klitschko couldn't get up and continue.
He beat the old man up.
So when he dropped him on his pot, but listen, y'all, Wilder ain't never been in there with him. But Wilder ain't never been in there with him, y'all.
It can happen.
No, it can't. Because now he older than he was when he fought Joshua. He's retired.
It can happen.
So now he want him to come out of and you see that? That's a Wilder fan for you. If he came out of retirement and he beat Klitschko ass, he got Klitschko too.
Yeah.
Losers take easy moral victories.
Like Tyson about to tear up whatchamacallit.
Who?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, but those two guys are around the same age. You're not being fair.
Who you like in that fight?
Mike Tyson, nigga.
I'll just say whether you're delusional or not. That's all.
Fuck no. Mike Tyson's gonna beat Roy Jones the fuck up.
Roy will have to dance with some thrillers, man.
And it still might not work. Because Roy might not be able to take them shots.
Nah, what Tyson lean that forehead is?
Roy a professional.
Yeah, right.
Tyson didn't get a celebrity to do an exhibition. He got a professional. Mike want to fight again. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a fight.
He said he's doing it to the grave, too. I think he going to be rumbling mad niggas.
I mean, you're probably right. You're probably right. I'll pay for that.
Yeah.
I'll pay for Mike Tyson Holyfield.
I'm paying for Roy ain't going to slouch.
No. He's just not Mike's size. So two people who had boxing careers, Roy Jones, he did move up to light heavyweight, but it's not the same. Mike Tyson is one of the most prolific punchers in heavyweight history. Roy Jones was a great middleweight
faster stuff.
Oh yeah, he definitely faster than Mike.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can take them shots. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's why they said Bud might struggle at welterweight, which he won't. But it's about being able to
win. Don't get it twisted. Roy can win.
On points.
Nah, I think it's like Tyson get tired it out, which is possible. Roy's still dancing. It's possible, yo.
How many people knock Mike Tyson out, cuz?
Not many.
Roy Jones ain't gonna knock Mike Tyson out.
It don't happen often.
He's not going to be the person to do it. Because they both old.
He might take it on points by whooping on him when he's tired.
And that's what I'll be telling you. That's how you're supposed to judge boxing, Paco. So
now that he did it, now that's how I'm supposed to. I'm done.
What I mean by that is
I can't take.
What I mean by this is when you evaluating a fight before a fight happens.
That was fanboy stuff, bro.
Paco, before a fight happens, I'm trying to teach you how to evaluate a boxing. Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell gonna fight. You pick Ryan Garcia, I pick Luke Campbell. I call that a 50-50. The reason why I pick Luke Campbell, because I can see Luke Campbell winning in more ways than I can see Ryan Garcia win. That's how I pick all boxing matches, just like I pick Teofimo Lopez over Lomachenko. Lomachenko can only beat Teofimo one way. I'm not sure, I wasn't sure before the fight, if Teofimo could outbox him, but I knew he was going to outpower him. Lomachenko's not in that realm of power. So it was an easy decision for me to go Teofimo because I can, just like Joshua and Wilder. I see Joshua, he can win it on points. If it go to distance, it's 100% a fact Joshua will win. If they go 12 rounds, there's not a world that we have ever been to where Deontay Wilder's going to land more punches than Joshua. He's not a better boxer. And it's the same thing with Fury. He will never outland Fury. He can only beat those guys one way. That's why I don't pick him against those guys. Joseph Parker is a different story. Because now Joseph Parker's on the underhand if you asking me versus Wilder.
Definitely.
Because Joseph Parker going to try to outbox Wilder. That's his strong suit. But in the process of outboxing him, how many of those shots can Parker take? I done seen Joshua put you down and I seen White put you down. And I'm willing to go on record and say for a fact, he hit harder than White and he hit harder than Joshua or as hard. It's one or the other. I'm fine with it either way. Because if Wilder's the number one biggest puncher, fine. Joshua's number 2. Now, Joshua's in the top 10 heavyweight boxers. Wilder's not. I can name bum niggas who box better than him. That's his downfall. That's going to always be his downfall. And the fact that the true heavyweights, he ain't they size, weight-wise. So Daniel Dubois can beat Wilder the same way he can beat him. Either one of them laying that dynamite punch, the other one can go down. Who's going to...
That's my type of boxer.
And I like it too. But what I'm saying is when I like a guy who does that, like Joshua, what happens when he gets in there with somebody who can box? I got to account for Tyson Fury. I got to account for Klitschko. I got to account for Povetkin. I got to account for White. I got to account for Ruiz, obviously, Joshua, because you let that nigga sneak up on you and rock your shit. I seen what you did, but you was too confident. You thought you had it. You thought you had it because you just knocked him down. I understand. Mistakes happen. It's in the past. He went and got his shit back. And I told you, let's see if your guy do the same. And now look where we at today.
We can't see because your boy ducking, a.k.a. my boy. He ducking.
But it's not a duck if we had a contract and you ain't fucking acknowledged the contract. Listen, y'all, I don't have to give you another...
If Fury want to box again, he still need to finish with what he started.
But he really did, if you want to be technical. He beat him twice. I don't want to hear that draw shit. Everybody know he won on the card. Everybody know this. The reason it was a draw is because, and I blame Fury in the video. I said, well, you did let him knock you down twice. You left open the door for them to call it a draw. If you never got knocked down in that fight, you would have won a unanimous decision. Because Wilder wasn't laying in nothing like what you was. You had his head looking like a Pez dispenser, but you let him knock you down twice. You got tired. And that's what Wilder was banking on. Because you ain't been fighting in 3 years. He was banking on getting a cold Fury under his belt. And this is the cherry pick gone wrong. Because the cherry you picked bites the fuck back.
Yeah, but Fury ain't no slouch.
But he played him like one. And then when Ruiz won the titles, I would love to unify with Andy Ruiz. But he ain't want to unify with Joshua for more money, ladies and gentlemen.
Fury ain't no slouch.
But he ain't want to unify. Is that Deontay Wilder is though? How you got 40?
Yeah, all right.
How you got 40 fights and you only got 2 names of people on your resume who fucking matter? And I'm giving Luis Ortiz the title of mattering because I like him. Luis Ortiz hasn't accomplished anything. He's never been a champion.
That's what I said. Who that?
He only been in there but one champion, Tyson Fury and Ortiz. And the sad part about it is, this is what makes it sad if we're using rational thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Joshua been around less time than Wilder. White been around less time than Wilder. How do they have better resumes, better names of people that they fought when they resumed in him? How at 30-something fights, Joshua has done all this, he ain't at 28 fights. He had like 25, 26 fights. How is Wilder at 30-something fights and Shelly Finkel called him a baby when he got the title and the people said, well, you unify with Klitschko? See, they always want champions to unify. Look at Tank Davis. Tank Davis just got called out by Teofimo Lopez. He want to fight Ryan Garcia, though. Y'all know Ryan Garcia ain't no Teofimo Lopez. Y'all know Ryan Garcia ain't no Devin Haney.
I like that fight better.
For Tank Davis, yeah. For Tank Davis, if I'm Floyd, I like that fight better, too. Because I get to save.
So, boy, running his freaking lips.
Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia?
The other boy.
Teofimo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Teofimo talking shit right now. He's smelling it, so. He the closest thing to undisputed in the division. Like I told you Joshua was. That you should smell yourself. And he did it at 20-something years old. He did it against the guy that they said was pound for pound #1 in the world.
Who?
Lomachenko.
Oh, yeah.
So Teofimo riding high. What I want to see is him and Haney. Give me that. Who? What bull?
What's that white bull name from Mexico?
I got a white bull in that division I like.
Nah, the middleweight. What the hell, man?
Middleweight Canelo?
Yeah, Canelo.
You always calling Canelo a white bull. My favorite boxer is Anthony Joshua. Get it right. My second favorite boxer is Canelo Alvarez. My third favorite boxer is Bud Crawford.
And then in the beginning of the video, you already said you're fanboying. So.
No, I didn't. I just said I'm an AJ.
Like, I'm an Anthony Joshua fan.
Exactly. I'm a fan of the greatest black boxer in the game right now. But Wilder,
what do you do?
He just want to try to play the system. He want to try to trick people, and that's not cool. You using the black shit as a weapon. You want people to see you as pro-black because you couldn't sell yourself no other way. You ain't speak that shit when you first came out because
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm 100% agree with you, and we all have to learn as we grow. I'm with you, but you don't have to play games. You don't have to refuse to sit down in a room with a man who about to change your grandchildren's future. He don't hate you.
What? Damn, you love this guy.
So if I give you,
love this guy.
so if I give you $40 million per fight, and we about to fight twice, you getting that money from me. I'm offering it to you. You're not offering me that type of money. I'm offering you that type of money. So I'm about to change your grandkids' future. I'm about to give you generational wealth. I've talked to people because I'm the boss. They work for me. I'm a commodity. They make their money off of me, and I know that.
That's why Joshua act funny. That's exactly why he act funny.
I agree with you. Dillian White said the same thing. He put on the persona that he's this good person and he's a piece of shit. I believe it. But when you in the public light like that and you know everybody watching you and you don't make a fool of yourself, that shows intelligence. That shows that you understand the situation you're in. Wilder was trying to better his situation, but by bettering his situation, he tried to do it by lying and faking. The shit people did to Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and now the people picked it up and they talked about Floyd ducking Manny for so long, he gave him the fight. They talked about him ducking Oscar De La Hoya for so long, he gave him the fight. They talked about him ducking Sugar Shane Mosley for so long, he gave him the fight. And beat all them dudes and proved them all wrong. So my point is, the media hype is not the truth. He tried to use media hype to put himself on a new level. It didn't work. He tried to use blackness to put him on a new level. It didn't work. What put him on a new level? Well, the Joshua thing worked somewhat. I take that back. What put him on a level was him and Fury. You finally stepping up and fighting one of the top guys.
That's one of the top guys, bro.
Agreed. Fury is one of the top. Some people argue #1. I don't agree. But I understand why they argue that. I don't think he's done enough in his career. He beat Klitschko. He beat Wilder twice, in my opinion. And he beat Chisora twice.
His body of work kind of says that he is that, though.
All right, so I'll say it again. He beat Chisora twice. He beat Klitschko once and then did the same thing that Wilder's doing to him. He ran. He never gave Klitschko the rematch. But that's not neither here nor there. He beat Klitschko once. He beat Wilder twice.
He's the best boxer out of all these things.
Okay, and we agree. And we agree. He's the best technical boxer. But just earlier in this conversation, y'all, he called him pillow fist. So now if we analyze him as a...
pillow fist. So,
I agree with him, y'all. I agree with him. So if Tyson Fury is pillow fist, that means certain weapons that other fighters have, he don't have. So now, back to my original way of analyzing boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Fury can only beat Joshua one way. And I believe Joshua can only beat Fury one way. So that's what you call a 50-50 fight. Whose way will prevail? Will Fury be able to dance like he accused Joshua of? Because that's the only way he gonna get out of there alive.
Yeah, but Fury's been dancing.
But see, y'all. But listen, y'all. If you at the top level and you fighting for titles, it don't matter when you choose to use any specific technique. You having that technique in your arsenal is what make you a monster. To be able to call on the sword, the bow and arrow, the scythe, the spear, and the dagger.
Fury can dance. What do you want me to tell
So
you?
why is Joshua not allowed to dance?
Because that's not his style. That's not.
So why am I not allowed to add? If I do Taekwondo, why can't I add Wing Chun and Kung Fu to my fighting styles?
Nobody said you can't.
You just said Joshua not allowed to dance. You said no. We're gonna focus on what you're saying. Fury's allowed to dance according to you. Joshua's not. I asked you if I do Taekwondo.
No, he switched his he switched his style. There's nothing wrong with switching his style.
So if I do Kung Fu and I'm about to fight somebody who's a master at Kung Fu, I can't pull my Taekwondo out or my Wing Chun out?
It depends on where you at, but
no, I can pull it out whenever I see fit. It's on the person in front of me. It's on the person. No, I can no. If I know multiple fighting styles, if I'm Bruce Lee, if I'm the fucking boy you be talking about, Bo the Harmon.
That's what I tell you about Fury. That's he got all the boxing games on lock. He do more.
Okay, but he don't. But according to you, he don't have the power.
He don't.
Okay, so now Joshua got the power and got some of the boxing skills. How come Joshua can't switch his style up when he see fit? How come that's a bad thing in your mind?
Because that's not his game. He knew where he knew.
But Paco, if I'm predominantly a dunker, and I play defense, are you going to shame me when I add the 3-point game to my arsenal?
I mean, this is going to be the way you go about it. Like,
wouldn't that make me a better player? That now I can do more than just dunk and play defense. I can shoot threes now.
It really does. But
so if I'm a boxer and I got power, and I've always had power, and I'm known for knocking niggas out. For me,
it's from watching tape. Like when you're looking at the tape and you get your block chops, you're like, damn, like I might not can't beat this guy belly to belly, fist to fist.
But why do I have to fight him?
I can't put it on.
So in a fight is what I'm asking you. If I lost to that person belly to belly, fist to fist, how come I can't use another technique to ensure victory?
You can by the rules.
So why does that make me a less of a fighter?
Because you started to dance, like.
But you promote a fighter who can't dance. He can't dance if he wanted to. So my guy.
You said he was twerking or something, but
no. But what I mean is this: he can't dance in a ring. So now that we know that he can't dance, ain't that a strike against him? That these other guys can dance when they need to, and he can't.
No.
That's not a strike against him.
No, he got a right hand that knocks the socks off.
So what happened when the right hand don't land? He done been. What happened when the right hand don't land?
Then you be dancing around like Fury, and then you gonna see the Lord. You know, see the Lord.
So let me get
come visit you.
So let me get this right.
In the 12th round, you'll see the Lord come. Be like, yo, Fury, get up.
So let me get this right. Let me get this right. He asked. You
got knocked out.
He asked for that referee, but then called him crooked.
That ref is bottom of the barrel.
But he asked for him. But that's the ref he promoted.
Yeah, they made him look stupid.
No. After him. So listen, y'all. People got to be paid off. Deontay Wilder got to be spiked. It's a conspiracy theory. Fury had had objects in his glove. Wilder had things going on before. The suit was too heavy. The lights fucked with his eyes. Like I said already, his trainer JD's.
Two or three things didn't happen though. So.
According to him, y'all. According to the people involved, according to Tyson Fury, and according to Deontay Wilder's current trainer, they didn't. He watched the man get his... Listen, this is how fucking cowardice these people are. JD's watched him get his hands taped and his gloves put on and still allowed Deontay to accuse him of false play. That's a foul play. That's why I said Deontay go rogue sometimes. You see he in a hotel room. He ain't around them right now. They can't control what he's doing. But let's look at the facts. The facts are they lost money. So they're not going to be paying $20 million again. So the PBC and them is fine with you letting that contract expire. Because they're not going to be paying you what it says they're going to be paying you anyway. Y'all didn't meet the requirement to break even, let alone profit. So they won't be paying you $25 million again. So they want the contract to expire too. Shelly Finkel worked for Deontay Wilder, not PBC. Shelly Finkel can't make the boy fight. So if Wilder don't want to fight Fury, if PBC has no interest in a contract, which if Fury and Wilder was really smart, they would have held their feet to the fire there. Because that contract state that they're going to get 20-something million for another fight, even though it flopped. So
I was like, that was quick in this year, like 2020, I don't buy that. That's weak.
But listen, y'all, Teofimo Lopez just fought Lomachenko in 2020. Tank Davis just fought Lee.
All right. Just start fighting.
Nah, motherfuckers been fighting, y'all. Before they supposed to fight in December, and people been fighting.
This is a big fight. Like
Chisora Usyk, White Povetkin.
It's hard to even negotiate where there's going to be and all that other shit you said. It's hard. Like,
no, it's not hard. It's not hard. The problem is that they never made an attempt to. And I just told you why. Everybody has a reason for it. My personal reason.
Reach out.
He ain't supposed to. He's the champion. You want your belt back, right? You want something from me. So now you
It's a contract, though.
Yeah, and the contract states the winner gets 60%, the loser gets 40%. So that's already written in stone. So now, however y'all want to look at it, if the PBC didn't want to pay out that 20-something million, if Wilder's team didn't want to take 40%, if he wanted more time before the fight, whatever his reason is, he no longer has a contract to fight Tyson Fury. But he did. He let that expire. Now he's talking about he want to fight. In order for them to fight, they have to go into contract negotiations. So you let one contract expire to negotiate another one? I'm not legally obligated to fight you. No.
Yeah,